Hello, hello. I'm here in Memories Are Kept Alive. And there's a heaviness with this energy, so maybe you are feeling a little bit blue today. I was also hearing the song Wonderwall by Oasis, so maybe that's relevant for you too. What is this memory that keeps kind of haunting you? Maybe you are seeing dreams about this memory. Seven of Pentacles. Waiting on something or someone, something to grow. A memory of waiting. Memory of being patient for nothing, I'm hearing. What is this memory? Strength. Leo might be your sign, but the courage of a lion. Maybe you are wanting to find strength to overcome this memory that keeps haunting you. Maybe you are remembering how much strength you had with this certain situation or a person. The lion is carrying a rose in its mouth. So passion, I feel like this is something to do with your heart space. Daughter of Swords. I heard finding the silver lining with this card. I feel like there's some kind of information that your spirit team is trying to give you. That's why they are kind of keeping these memories alive, because there is a lesson to be seen. Maybe you are a powerful person, maybe you are a person who kind of shrugs everything off and just keep going. But this time they are wanting you to sit with this. One more. Ace of Cups, something to do with your heart space. A new beginning in love. But also honoring your own heart. The Hermit is on the bottom. So I feel like right now you are maybe a little bit isolated, feeling lonely, kind of like that turtle gone into your shell, trying to find light. But you are kind of failing in a way. And I don't mean that you are failing with this, but maybe the coping mechanisms that you have, they aren't working with this energy. It's like they are making you face this emotion, the memory. You can't escape this. What is this memory? Tell me more about the memory itself. Justice. So you feel like there's been injustice with this situation, lack of truth, lack of balance. I feel like you might be feeling that you've been used. There's no justice for you whatsoever. Five of Swords, and there's earthworms here. Actually, there's no earthworms, there's an earthworm that's been split to two parts with the swords. It forced you to surrender something that wasn't working, even though you were waiting it for to work. You are a person who never gives up. So whatever this is, you were forced to give up something. And that's against your nature. And maybe this is the reason that you are feeling like this. But there's a lesson, there's some kind of information to be received from this. Maybe you are feeling the emotion of loss, that you lost, that you're a loser. Daughter of Pentacles and the Deer. Like I said, when this Daughter of Swords came out, finding the silver lining, and with this card there's a rainbow. I feel like you've been ignoring some kind of signs, ignoring your intuition because you were holding on to some kind of hope that you're going to win or this thing will happen, but you were forced to let go. The Empress tried to come out. Mother of Cups with the Ace of Cups. Three of Pentacles is on the bottom and there's a mountain. I really much feel that this is connected to a person, a love situation. The Swans, they only have one partner. And I feel like you've been forced to leave a partner behind. Yeah, and I split it to Two of Cups. Abundance. But yet again, the Three of Pentacles. Maybe you needed to accept some kind of job offer or something that forced you to leave this relationship behind, or the other person did this. Number 13. But also this is something that is in your soul contract. This needed to happen maybe because of the abundance. Teaching, number 14, and the Tree of Wisdom. My ear started to ring. Maybe you teach people or you coach people. One more. Struggle. I was hearing that maybe whatever this situation was, it was creating mountains, obstacles in your career. Emotional release is on the bottom. So I feel like you're a very loyal, very loving person. You have your intuition and most of the time you rely on your intuition. But I feel like whatever this situation was, your intuition, you thought you were listening to it, but actually was your ego. I'm straight away getting some kind of trauma attachment to this. I feel like you're a very different soul. You've never fit in the molds. Maybe you were bullied at school. Maybe you didn't kind of fit in your family. Kind of that black sheep energy. And I feel like for your whole of your life, you have feel undervalued. I feel like you're very sensitive. You can read energies, you can read rooms, you can read people's pattern, and that's because of your own trauma. That's kind of taught you to do this. You're an empath. And because of you feeling other people's pain, you're understanding their pain. That's why you kind of keep yourself stuck in a situations, hoping it to transform to a better one. Trying to fix others and then getting injustice because that doesn't happen. This is a big karmic lesson for you. That's why they are bringing up these memories. And I'm feeling like it's tied to a one person, but it has layers. So when you start seeing the bigger picture of this person, what this person has done to you and what's happened, if you start to see it outside of the box, you can kind of pinpoint that one trauma, that one wounding. And you can see how the strings goes back in time to other people, family dynamics and things like this. So this hasn't happened to you for the first time. It's just happened with different people in different parts of your life. The lesson has always been the same, even though it has manifested in your life in different kind of scenarios. But the core thing is you are being undervalued. People are not seeing how sensitive, different you are. It's like the judgment energy of being different. And I feel like for a long time you haven't accepted the version of you, who you really are in the soul level. Justice. The lesson. Ace of Swords, the truth about who you are. And if you are an empath, if you are a very understanding person, it's a nice quality to have, but you need to realize who are aligned with your core energy. And if you are not admitting that actually I am very different and that's a good thing, you will keep attracting fake people to show you this lesson, how to be authentic, how to honor your own heart, your own qualities. So I'm getting the energy that you were trying to fit in a relationship. You were trying to fit in a friend group, society, a workplace, whatever that might be. And maybe, like I said in the beginning, maybe you realized that the family that you were born into, you actually didn't even fit there. You were never meant to fit. Nine of Cups. Guarding your own energy, guarding your own emotions. It's not about not letting anyone into your life, but knowing who aligns with you. Empaths, you tend to give your energy to everyone because you have the understanding of people feeling pain and stuff like that. But you need to learn the lesson of self-care, healthy boundaries. You can't save everyone. You can't control the situation by giving it more love, more sacrificing yourself. This is the lesson of sacrifice. You sacrificing yourself for others. Your own battery is empty. And whatever this energy is now, the person, I feel like you hit the rock bottom with that person. Because I'm feeling this sadness, like I'm at the verge of crying myself here. It's like you are questioning, why is this happening to me? Why every time I find love, or if I found some kind of relationship, friend, love, whatever, you always end up in this place of sadness, that everything is over, heartbroken, the rock bottom energy. But I'm hearing that you outgrow people. You outgrow people. The Eight of Pentacles, yeah. You are a spiritual master, even though you don't know it. The Black Widow is giving me that energy of, well, that's not a Black Widow, but I was getting that energy from this spider. The Hermit is on the bottom. The Black Widow. People treat you like you are the Black Widow, the black sheep, the devil. And it doesn't make any sense to you because you're a very loving, caring person. But this was meant to happen. You need to outgrow people. That's your lesson here. You were never meant to stay in relationships. And this collective, don't make this fit. Every relationship you've had, they are always kind of the same time period. So let's say every love situation, they only lasted like maybe 3 years or something like this. They're very similar in the time, how long they lasted. Because you were always meant to kind of be broken to become this master, transforming, alchemizing the energies. You are making a web of wisdom. Most of your life you felt you are alienated, isolated, lonely. And because of this loneliness, you actually end up with certain relationships that kind of highlighted that loneliness. So let's say you had a love connection, but you felt alone in that connection. The person didn't see you. Maybe they judge you about your sensitivity or the way you do things. And for a long time, I feel like you hid yourself in your shell. But that was actually the periods of you healing. This was meant to happen. You needed to start building or creating the web of wisdom, but you can't create it together with someone else. So it's like you meet a person, you get into a relationship, then there is this certain period of time that you need to go on this emotional roller coaster, and then the relationship ends. You've gathered the information you need to start building this web. And we had the teaching. I feel like you teach people. You are some kind of maybe a healer, a teacher, or a coach. But it's like you go on these adventures of pain to gather the wisdom so you can come back and teach others. And the teaching isn't necessarily literal here. It might be something that you help people with. So maybe you can be a nurse of some sort, or you somehow understand people's pain and you have a different approach to heal that pain in others. You're very spiritual. One more. Daughter of Wands. The Hierophant is on the bottom with the crow or the raven. You are a spiritual teacher, a spiritual master, or you are becoming one. You hold the key. But like the ravens, the crows, they are able to go into the darkness to get the information. You've been incarnated in this planet to do a certain kind of job, quote unquote job. This is an assignment that not many souls want, but you took it because you know that you are strong enough. And I started hearing, strong enough to live without you. Is that Cher? But now we have Daughter of Swords, Daughter of Pentacles, and Daughter of Wands. And I was hearing a divine child with this. Because of the strength and the Hierophant, I feel like you you have that strong masculine energy within you. But you need to soar in the feminine energy, the intuition, the connection to source. The masculine and feminine energies, they connect in the heart space. So there's a block there right now. I feel like the masculine energy inside of you is always trying to go against the water, the river, And this time you needed to surrender because this isn't the way to go anymore. That's why the memories of whatever this is coming up. This isn't the way to go anymore. You need to switch the driver. That's what I'm feeling. You need to switch the driver. Let's see an animal card for you. The Phoenix. So rising up. This isn't the way to go anymore. You need to switch the driver. You need to do something very different. Maybe you've been doing something different. Maybe you released this person because you just had that inner knowing of this isn't working anymore. Maybe you are questioning this. Maybe you are feeling a little bit insecure about this. Did I quit too soon? Maybe I did the wrong thing. Nope. You did not do the wrong choice, the wrong thing here. It's just the fear is coming up. And with that fear, it brings these memories about being lonely, not fitting anywhere, not feeling wanted, not feeling loved. And this is something that you need to purge. Wow, the Lamb. Let's read that Lamb. The Lamb, peaceful, prophetic, and patient. The Lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the Lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen and receive. When this is out of balance, quiet, timid, concerned, and when it's in balance, knowingness and inner peace. And to bring into balance meditation and listening. The pack of sheep, you need to rise above that. So society, the other people, the molds, that's why your life is being the way it has been. You needed to break the cycles in your family lineage. That's why the black sheep energy. You needed to bring up the truth in the injustice of society. That's why people thought that you're the troublemaker or you're the devil, whatever. You were always meant to bring up the truth of justice. That's why they provoked you with injustice. And it kind of ignited the flames within you to give you the braveness of the lion, the courage, the outrageous energy. The lion knows who he is. It doesn't need to explain to anyone that he's a lion. But you needed to learn this so you are able to speak the truth. And I feel like the memories, the emotions, why they are bringing them to you right now is to you to recognize this was meant to be. This was always meant to happen. This is something that I assigned for. Because there's a powerful truth that I need to speak, that I need to teach, that I need to somehow give to people so they can heal. You are bringing light to this world, but you can't bring the light if you don't know what the darkness is. You needed to experience the darkness so you can find the light within. so you can shine brightly and teach, heal people in a powerful way, not letting anyone drain your light, your energy. And I feel that this has been a painful education period for you. You faced many turmoils, rock bottom energy, obstacles, problems, short relationships, even though you've always wanted maybe that person to be the life partner. But that was never in your contract. It's giving me the energy of an investigator that goes into jail and pretends to be one of the inmates so they can gather information. So I feel like you've been put into this society, into this world to do the same. Yet again, I'm hearing divine child, divine child. You are my divine child. And I'm getting emotional again because I feel this energy so powerful and so pure, full of love, even though it's not quite being shown to you in this world. And the assignment might feel very depressing to you, that am I here just to feel pain? Is this my assignment, that I need to do pain and never end up with anyone, not feeling loved? You are serving God. You are serving light. Whatever you want to believe is up there. You are serving them. You have a purpose, a very powerful purpose on this earth. And we had the abundance here. So it's giving me the energy of your mission. 3 of Pentacles, creating a masterpiece, being devoted to your own craft, which is the teaching, the healing. You are being the tree of wisdom. And I was actually talking in yesterday's Finnish collective about trees and how when you work with trees you can get lots of knowledge and wisdom from them. Maybe you do this already, but and I don't know the word for the term in English, but you know, shamans, they go to the underworld, I think it is. The underworld. It's a dark place, but that's the most potent place to get the information. And trees, their roots have a system under the ground. It's a living organism that can go to the underground, well as the top of the tree is an antenna for the higher knowledge. So shaman energies, I feel like that might resonate with some of you. But yet again, the symbolism of your life. And for the tree to actually grow on the surface, they need to create the roots first. So I feel like that's what you've been doing. You may feel that I haven't grown. There's nothing in the physical, there's nothing I can see, but you've been growing your roots. And I really much feel Spirit is trying to tell you to reflect on the past few years, that how much you've actually changed, how much you've actually healed, and how much you are actually doing a difference in this world. So the last few years been very significant for you. So take some time to sit and reflect on this information, but also how much you've changed. And I'm here in 2 to 3 years. I feel like at this time you are actually gaining more wisdom, and I feel like your talents are going to expand some way. Let's see the animal that you are turning into, the energy of the animal. The raccoon came out. So you are a fixer, a problem solver, but sometimes the black and white thinking works against you. The otter came out, so happiness, but I want one more. The golden egg. The beaver is here also on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like with the raccoon and the otter, the spirit is trying to tell you to come out of this black and white thinking, but also that teaching problem solver type of personality that you have, because you help others, you like to develop yourself and others and develop everything in life to make it better. But sometimes you forget to have fun and enjoy your life. So definitely that's something that you need to start putting into balance. So recognize that, okay, this is the time that I will do my mission work and help others, and this is the time for myself and I will do something totally opposite. I don't need to be healing all the time. I don't need to be fixing something all the time. I can just go out and have fun and do some very, lightful things and not take life so serious, because I feel like you are a very serious person, and yet again, it's not a bad thing, but you need to have the balance. Otherwise your life can feel very black and white, like there's no happiness, there's no joy. Maybe sometimes even that type of energy that, what's the point? What's the point in my life? You need to add more playfulness, joy. And because we have the hermit, maybe you've been isolated for a long time, so maybe start going out a little bit more. Maybe join a gym or join to some kind of hobby. Start doing something. Take yourself out for dinner, whatever that might be. Baby steps to start enjoying the 3D life. I feel like you're a little bit worried about getting sucked in to that 3D matrix world again, but that is just a fear. You are much more wise now, and you are much more protected now, and by this I mean you know how to protect yourself. So don't let the 3D, the matrix, be this kind of big beast that's going to eat you. Think it as in the strength card in the tarot, it's the lion that you have tamed. But let's read this golden egg for you. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga, nidra, or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with your very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long time. listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. So the emotions again, the memories. See outside of the box. See the lesson that they brought you. You need to see it, and when you see it, you will release it. I want to see what they are opening for you next. What's coming on your path next? Whoa, that's too many, that's too many. But there's the Lamb again with the Four of Swords. So definitely you need to take time for yourself, meditate, sit in stillness to find the truth. Kind of calm your nervous system and release the emotions that are coming with the memories. See it with your third eye, feel it in your heart chakra, release it with the brain. The Lovers. Oh, and the Ten of Cups. There is happiness coming to your way. The Emperor and the Three of Wands, I think this is. So I'm not going to lie, I feel like there's a counterpart energy coming towards you to help you with this journey. But before it arrives, you need to get rid of this energy. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know, this is a heavy baggage of emotions and memories that you are still carrying, that you really need to release before this next stage. Nine of Cups, because right now you are too wary of the pain and the hurt. You are protecting your heart, you are protecting your emotions. This is the reason that this can't align with you right now. This purge needs to happen first. The Tower, exactly. That's what you are going through right now. And with this Tower, I feel like it's not those kind of Tower moments that you faced before. This is more subtle, but very deep. And I kind of see with this Tower how the lightning is kind of destroying the antenna, but the head, the ego, the voice that you thought was your intuition, because I feel like your ego is very smart. Sometimes it can trick you. The Magician was on the bottom. The Empress and the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like whatever the next stage is in your life, there is a counterpart coming in. With the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles, this is a happy, emotional, fulfilled life, but also you won't be missing anything in the physical. I feel like this is the final stages of your kind of getting the diploma, you know, the education. You've done the most of the work, and you kind of getting the reward for it. So say goodbye to this assignment, or this part of the assignment. You don't need to go into the jail anymore. They are removing you to another position. The Empress position. The Empress owns the wisdom of the four queens. The Empress energy is the one who receives things. There is a counterpart coming to kind of do the labor work here, so you can sit on that throne. So they are keeping the memories alive. You are not going crazy. You haven't done anything wrong. They want you to see the bigger picture. They want you to reflect and see how far you have become and what you have become. Don't force anything, just be. You'll be okay, I promise.